Well, thank you very much, Palisa. And of course, let's get reaction from the unions, as they are also stakeholders and are concerned about how load shedding would affect them. And they represent, of course, the interests of the workers. We are joined by NUM President Joseph Montisetsi. Thank you very much for coming to the studio, sir.
Thank you very much.
What's your reaction to this load shedding that seems to be all of a sudden?
Well, of course, it is not surprising us, because the top management of Eskom, meaning the chairperson and the CEO, they have no clue of engineering. They took a banker from banking system and put him in a company which needs qualifications and experience of engineering. So these people don't know what to do. So an effective management is only management that can change this entity. So the board that the president has put there to manage Eskom is as failure as the last one that has been there.
We are seeing the load shedding that has escalated from 1,000 megawatts to, rather, from 2,000 megawatts to 4,000 megawatts. Are you now questioning the integrity of the people who are running Eskom now in terms of their experience and qualifications? Of
course, if you listen to the spokesperson of Eskom, he said that it is because of diesel and the generators. Something that, you know, you have to, as a effective management, to put things in place to make sure that everything is effective, to make sure that you deliver to the nation. But if you are going to speak about diesel, which diesel is always here, then and generators, you have mechanics that can fix the generators. So why do we have to experience this thing just because of little things? It's an ineffective management of Eskom.
Previous load sheddings were characterized by what one would term foul play, as there were suspicions that there was a problem created so that a solution may be as a result of a profit from it. This time around, do you believe that there is some conspiracy theories, as others have purported, that this is justification for the need for independent power producers?
Well, yeah, that is the case. I mean, if Eskom became ineffective and people always experience load shedding, there will be a call from the nation to say, let it be privatized. I was listening to the radio this morning. People were calling. They were saying that the only solution in Radio 2000 is for Eskom to be privatized. Now, this thing is done deliberately. They want the nation to say, let it be privatized. Yeah.
So the issue of Eskom having spent billions of rand in constructing power stations, Medupi and Kusile, so far, one would have thought that by this time we wouldn't be running short of electricity. Secondly, the need to service the power stations, have proper coal supply, and put logistics in place so that there should be sufficient power when there are problems. What do you make out of this situation?
You can see that Eskom is ineffective. There was a company called Glencore, which was running the coal mines there, which was producing enough coal that can sustain the country in terms of energy. But because they want to phase Glencore out, they did not want to raise its rates until the CEO of Glencore, Mr. Clinton, said, I can't continue with the business whereby the rates that Eskom is giving me, I can't buy equipment, I can't pay workers. Then they left all those mines. This is the very mines that are under liquidation today. So the shortage of coal is deliberately done by Eskom. Everything here is Eskom, and we know the corruption that has been caused by Eskom previous board, whereby a lot of money has been misused. I mean, Eskom today tells us that they are shorting, their debt is 420 billion. Do you mean an entity that have people that can think, can do that when a person like Brian Molefe, who has worked for only 18 months, can be given 30 million as a shake hand to go, but the company is in debt. So you can see that there's no management at Eskom.
Eskom is applying for a tariff increase, and if that is approved, electricity will be expensive for the consumers. Some of those consumers are your workers. What are you saying about that?
We are saying that under Reconstruction Development Program, Eskom was put there as a service provider to the poor. Now, if you are going to hike the tariffs, it means that then people are going to suffer. You must understand that people are not earning enough. That's why we have fought for this kind of a salary for the lowest paid workers at 3,500, which is not even enough. It means that here we have kind of 65% of people that are earning less than enough to supply their needs as families. So
now going forward, what is the NUM's engagement with Eskom regarding the issues of the proposed work shedding at Eskom? And secondly, we know that from time to time you have run-ins with Eskom regarding salary increases. Even last year, it was a problem for you to meet each other halfway because you had a 0% offer from Eskom. So now what should we expect? Load shedding, and you are also part of those who are calling for work stoppage, that you are going to protest to protect the jobs in the country.
Yes, no, we have a pending meeting which will happen on Thursday, together with Eskom and the Minister of Energy, Mr. Jeff Ratebe. We are going to speak mostly about the unbundling of Eskom, which we view it as an attempt to privatize Eskom. But as this load shedding is taking place even now, I think one of the agenda points will be load shedding, because we are going to hit hard in terms of the kind of management that Eskom has, which is ineffective, not able to deliver to the nation.
All right. Thank you very much for making time to speak to us.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Mr. Joseph Montisetsi, who is the president of the National Union of Mine Workers, talking to us live right here on SABC News.